Yo, what's good, everybody? It's Rod, aka Modest Media, here to bring you a special update on patreon.com/dead end hip hop. We see it, man. We've been seeing it for years, you know what I'm saying? We miss albums, you know what I'm saying, that y'all wanted us to review. So we decided to change a level that's on Patreon right now, the current classic review level. Now it's going to be called the request line.
Nominate them shits. It's request line. You want it? Put it up there, then we'll let the people vote, and we, you know what I'm saying, we'll do what you want us to do.
But you got to be at the nomination level, though.
Got to be at the nomination level.
Just for anybody, nah.
Dead End Hip Hop album review, Elcamino and 38 Spesh, Martyr's Prayer 3. Look, before we get into the review, Dead End Hip Hop, 14 years strong. No politics, no BS. Look, just because we've been in the game for a long time doesn't mean that we aren't reinventing ourselves. So make sure you check out The Listening. And this is the reason why you want to check out The Listening, because we haven't promoted or told you guys the people that we have coming up, but I am now. Reason on the 19th and Curtis King on April 2nd. Also, the request line for all of our YouTube members and patrons. If you guys want us to review something, it does not have to be new. It could be whatever you want us to review. R&B, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Myke C-Town joining me on the weekend review. Whatever you want us to review, the request line is there for us to review it and become a YouTube member or patron, so that way you can digest that video. But look, 38 Spesh, Elcamino, Martyr's Prayer 3. Ken, this is where I'm gonna start. And
okay.
This main, I was mulling over, should I say it or not? But like I said, no politics, no BS. This may sound disrespectful to some, but if you are a true basketball fan, it's not. If you understand where I'm trying to go. Okay, I fuck with Elcamino. Nothing wrong with his style of rap or anything like that. But I feel like he's not as special as some of the people that he raps with, or against, or however you want to put it. So to me, you know, I always use sports references. He's like Vernon Maxwell. You know what I'm saying? You need him, great player, championship role player, but he's not your bread and butter. You know what I'm saying? He's not Akeem Olajuwon. He's not Clyde Drexler. You know what I'm saying? But you need him on the roster because he's important. So like, that's how, like, this album made me feel like that about Elcamino. And again, Ken, we've touched a lot of Elcamino projects on D365. They've always been favorable. And I'm not saying that I'm not unfavorable because I like this project. But the reason why I wanted to start here with it was because just a little glimpse of Benny was like, damn, like, that is, in my opinion, that's like a superstar. And then here goes a really good player on the roster. You know what I'm saying? That's very solid, but it just wasn't special. I listened to this and it was a good listen, real quick listen. What was it? 23 minutes?
Yeah, 23.
23 minutes, 10 songs. I fuck with it, but it wasn't special. Like it wasn't enough to really hold my attention, be like, oh, I gotta go back to this.
I won't necessarily disagree with your assessment. It does definitely sound disrespectful.
But Vernon Maxwell's that guy. Even Michael Jordan to tell you.
I mean, I understand, but you know, it does sound a little funny. I think Elcamino is one of those guys that, you know, he's gonna show up to work. He's gonna do a good job.
100%.
You know, so rarely will you ever walk away with like, man, yeah, he must have didn't get a lot of sleep last night or anything like that. Like he's gonna definitely come ready to work, and you're gonna walk away feeling like you got your money's worth. Yeah. And I think with this, and when it comes to his projects, like when I see that he put out something, I'm like, I already know it's gonna be a good interest,
yes,
a good listen. You know, to your point, like you listen for wait a minute, that project was a little bit different. I don't think this is in that wheelhouse, but I think it definitely meets the bar. If it meets the criteria of what he does and what he has been doing. And this is the trilogy. Like, I think the first one was in 2020. So this is them circling back around, keeping this whole Martyr's Prayer thing going. I mean, it opened really, really dope with Last Prayer. Like that the way it set off that track, I thought was really, really, really good. Like, we're gonna review another project, and I'm gonna give y'all a little. And I don't know which one's coming up first, but it's Dave East and Ransom. We're gonna review that one. and I had these two playing back to back and in loop. So when it got to Farewells on Final Call and then this hit, I was like, ooh, I perked up. That's not saying Farewells is a bad project. Y'all got to listen to the review to hear my thoughts on that. But what I'm saying is the energy was different, which it needed to be because this is an opening track. You got to capture a artist, my attention immediately out the gate. So I thought they did a good job of doing that. I think for me, there was a bit of a lull from 2, 3, and 4. Animal Life I wasn't really that high on. Hustle Highway was cool. Once in a While was fine. But I think for me, it started to really, really pick up with Offend You. And then you had Mossberg Pump, which was good. And then like you said, I mean, Mobile Phone come in, and it's just like, hey. And I love the idea behind that song because it says so many things, because streaming is on the phone, you know. So I like how he was like, yo, and that's what they do. They put out a lot of, music and stuff like that. Mobile Phone was dope. J Pay was good when I loved the beat on that one. The Shirley interlude was kind of crazy. And then I thought it ended really, really well with Baby Girl. It's a nice little.
It feels like an ender.
Yeah,
because it's more mellow. It's not as in your face as some of these other tracks that you're mentioning.
And so I don't know where else it could have actually fit. Yeah, that would have make the sequencing sound, good. Like I think it would have thrown things off.
Yeah, 100%.
Place anywhere else.
Yeah, it's literally the complete opposite of the beginning. So the beginning comes in so high energy, and then this one is, more chill. So it's good. And again, Ken, like I had to figure out which basketball player I was going to reference, because the original
you couldn't say campaign.
Yeah, not at all. Not at all. Because he's important, but he wasn't as important as Vernon Maxwell.
I mean, Vernon Maxwell, he got busy.
Yeah, and
he was essential.
He was extremely essential. And when I think about this whole upstate New York movement, 38 Spesh, Elcamino, Black Soprano Family, obviously the Griselda Boys, Shay Noir, shout out to Shay Noir. Like when I think of the whole collective, it's like, bro, Elcamino's important. Elcamino is needed. You know what I'm saying? Now, another thing, and this is just a personal gripe, he ain't rapping Spanish at all on this one.
Okay.
Like he didn't have no, and I'm not saying
like Crime Apple normally would do. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, I don't know. Like I'm cool with the project. It just doesn't have high replay value for me. And I know we'll get into the grade.
Again, it's just a series. I think this is like, kind of like a DTC sort of thing, in the sense that I have fans and I'm gonna feed them and that are like super fans. Again, going back to Mobile Phone, and here's some more music for you guys to listen to. Like, he got up with 38 Spesh. I thought on a production tip, 38 Spesh has some really, really good beats on here. Mobile Phone Last Prayer was crazy. I do like that beat on Shirley. And it was the first time I heard it was a bit of an off-putting interlude, but the more I settled into it, I was good. But overall, I think this EP, this series, it sounds really good. Like when I was coming here, I put the windows down and let it breathe a little bit. I was like, all right, man, it was all right. That shit was sounding. It was right. Now that was with 5 through 10. Those ride nice, especially like when you get to like 6 and then 7, and then you're on a nice ride. But I think to what you're saying though, what I love about where we are now is that people have always talked about, it depends on what you got to know where to look. So here's some high quality hip hop, high quality production, rapping is good. Like everything is really, really good. So what they do when they put out something like here is they fill the void. And they just keep people going and going and going. And you don't ever have to worry about putting it on and walking like, man, that was whack. You may not love it as much as some other projects that Elcamino may have put out, or Elcamino may have going, or comparatively to other stuff that are out. But it's something else that's good that you can put on when Friday hits or whenever, and you're like, hey man, that was dope. And you walk away with a couple of joints. So very, very, very solid, strong listen. And I think, I'm glad we're doing it because I think it gives us a chance to kind of spotlight other type of albums and artists that normally don't get the shine, here or elsewhere, that I know of. So,
Yeah.
we kind of doing what we're doing, bro.
Like I said, essential. Like Elcamino's essential.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So look, now it's time for the grades. If you haven't been here before, these are the things that we are grading: flow, lyrics, production, features, execution, replay value, and the overall. I'll start it off. Flow, give me C+.
I'll meet your C+.
Okay. What about lyrics for you, Ken?
Lyrics, B-.
I'm at a B-. The production, I'm at a solid B. I thought 38 Spesh definitely. Matter of fact, I'm gonna change that. I'm at a B+ on the production. I really felt what 38 Spesh gave him was, even though it was only 10 joints, it varied a lot. So he gave him a slightly above solid production. You know what I'm saying? So B+.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think I'm gonna stick with a B.
Okay.
I think those outside of the first track, but that 2 through 4, the production was cool. It wasn't bad. There's no bad production on here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think B is good.
In terms of the features, there's only one feature on here, Benny the Butcher. So B+ for me.
I go B.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Execution for you, Ken.
Execution, B.
I'm at a B as well. Replay value, C+ for me.
Yeah, I think I'm with you. I think that in terms of playing the whole project, no. But there are definitely like 3 or 4 tracks I could snatch off here and put on a playlist. Again, that 5 through 10, I could just let roll.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that while I enjoyed it, while I liked it, while I definitely encourage everybody to go listen to it because I think it's good, especially if you're not unfamiliar with Elcamino and 38 Spesh. Yeah, I don't think the replay value is necessarily high, but it's not a detriment to the project.
Overall, B- for me.
Overall, yeah, B-. Yeah.
Let's just say if me and you in the whip and you decide to put it on, I ain't gonna be like, skip it. Let that bitch ride.
Yeah.
So, again, shout out to my Vernon Maxwell example. Hopefully y'all get it. Meant no disrespect by it, but it is what it is. It's just one of those projects where, the grades speak for themselves. So, but look, we'll catch you guys on the next one. Make sure you go watch the listening. We out. Peace.